Well, good Thursday afternoon, everybody. It's been a wet day out there today. We got showers and storms moving through the early evening at least, and then some cooler weather and drier weather especially is going to be settling in, setting us up for a pretty nice weekend. It's a coolish day out there today. We've had most of the day featuring showers and downpours, and that's brought the temperatures down only in the upper 50s now in most of western Massachusetts, still holding on to a few lower 70s right along the shoreline, but the cooler air, as I mentioned, is marching from west to east, and along with that, we've had some showers and downpours here. In fact, as we get a little closer in, you can see some of those heavier lines of downpours that have been moving through the area. It's been one of those days where it pours for 20 minutes, then it's kind of showery, then it pours again. We'll have that up until about, I'd say, 5 or 6 o'clock-ish, and then things will start to move out here as we go through the evening. It's part of this cold front, the first of the fall season here that's really moving through the region. It's been slowed down a little bit by our hurricane as well offshore, and so that's given us some beneficial rainfall here as we've gone through the day today. As I mentioned, cooler temperatures behind that front. We're down into the low 60s through much of the upper Midwest now, 50s up in Canada. This is where our air mass is coming from, at least for the next 24 to 48 hours, so you will notice a much cooler pattern here. You're also going to notice that the surf is picking up. We do have advisories now, especially along the south coast down towards the Cape. This is, in fact, because of our hurricane that is still fairly offshore, but close enough to be giving us some choppy surf here as we go through the next day or two. So you'll definitely want to be careful, stay out of the water unless you are quite experienced. Even the experienced folks will find it challenging as we go through Friday and on into Saturday. It is because of Fiona, which is now going to be affecting Bermuda here tonight, and then exploding into a pretty significant storm system, we think, for parts of Atlantic Canada up towards Nova Scotia and Newfoundland. I'm sure you'll be hearing about that in the headlines as we go through the weekend. We also have Gaston, which is still out there in the North Atlantic heading towards Europe. We have another system that's going to be recurving far east of here and will not be a threat. However, we do have a system that's been hanging out south of Fiona. This system, once Fiona kind of gets out of the way, it's going to get its act together, we do think. It's going to be marching here west-northwest for the next several days, and almost every computer model has this system in the eastern Gulf of Mexico. By the middle of next week, it would be, depending on your preference, Hermine or Hermine, and sure you'll be hearing that debate and hearing about that system as we go through next week. But for our weather here tomorrow, once this front moves through, again, you can see all that heavy rain and wind far off to the east of us heading towards Nova Scotia. But for us, we'll be clearing out, and you'll notice the cooler temperatures, but you'll also notice the cooler dew points. We're talking about dew points down in the 30s and even some upper 20s here by late Friday and early Saturday. So we're going to notice that for sure. Speaking of which, it's a big night here tomorrow night, the home opener, Bridgewater Rainham football over at the regional, and you're going to want to bundle up for sure. We should have clear conditions. We'll start the game in the low 50s by the fourth quarter, dropping down through the 40s. And again, with a breezy wind, it's going to feel even cooler than that. How about Saturday? Some big events going on, of course. The Bridgewater Police 5K Saturday morning. Conditions look pretty nice for running, certainly. Sunshine, a few clouds around either side of 50 degrees as you get up on Saturday morning. But we'll rebound nicely into the mid-60s at least here for Autumn Fest Saturday afternoon over at BSU. Should be a great day for everybody here in Bridgewater. As far as tonight, a few showers, maybe a storm again. Early evening, that starts to clear out, but it's going to be breezy out there. Low temperatures generally down into the 40s tonight. And for tomorrow, we're going to skip that. But again, tomorrow, as we mentioned, sunshine, few clouds around, especially early in the day. A much cooler day on tap. And then for Saturday, a nice day back in the 60s, sunshine, few clouds. There could be an early shower Sunday morning, but most of Sunday looks nice. We will have some more rain coming at us here Sunday night into the first half of Monday, it looks like, and then maybe an instability shower or two on Tuesday, but temperatures should be right around 70 degrees. Enjoy your weekend, everybody.